We're kicking off our latest tour. This is the Deep South Tour. This takes us to a few states, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. Our first stop is in Bossier City. We've had a terminal here for a number of years, right outside of Shreveport. Then we'll head up to Magnolia, Arkansas, and then back to Louisiana to Winnfield, and then down to Lake Charles, Sulphur, Louisiana area. And then our final stop will be Beaumont, Texas, as we take off on our Deep South Tour. We just finished our first stop on the Deep South Tour. This stop took us to Bossier City, Louisiana. It's right outside of Shreveport. We have a great operation here. We bought this company about 7 or 8 years ago, and the former owners built this from a greenfield, basically. Really nice shop with 4 or 5 bays, a nice office structure, tons and tons of parking. And while we were there, we got to meet with Michelle. She's been with us, goes back prior to the acquisition, so about 10 years or so. She's the TM here. Sam, assistant TM. They run about 31 drivers right now, and about 16, 17 company drivers, the rest owner operators. Got to meet Mary, Catherine, a bunch of others in the operations. Then we went out to the shop, got to meet Lamorgan, who is the shop manager. Got to meet a lot of his personnel. Got to talk with each one of them. Jerry, been a mechanic, 39 years, been with us quite a long time. Napoleon, been with us a long time. Been different jobs, but settled on being a mechanic and does a great job for us and the rest of the team. Got to see the yard. This is one of our largest physical facilities. We've got a lot of space. We have a lot of our idle equipment here that we'll be selling. And then also got to meet some of the other regional management for maintenance. So Ricky Tripp, who's one of our senior fleet managers, and Joe McCrary. And then some of the QRS folks were here, Colt, as well as Kayla from our headquarters was here doing some training. And then we got to meet a couple of our drivers. So Mike, who affectionately goes by the name of Mutt, he's been a driver for quite a long time. He was a little bit coy about how many years he's been driving, but he said quite a lot. He's a jack of all trades for us. He can handle just about anything. And Michelle mentioned when they have a question about a certain product or commodity, he's one of their go-to people to answer it because he's probably handled the product before. And then we met with one of our lease purchase drivers, Chris. He's just kind of coming towards the end of his lease, and he's pretty excited about that, to have a truck that'll be paid off. And he has some strong ambitions going forward. So it was nice to meet him and the rest of the team at Bossier City. It was a great visit. We just finished our second stop on our Deep South Tour. This took us to Magnolia, Arkansas. Magnolia is a long-standing terminal for us, about maybe 18, 19 years when we started it. This area of the country is rich in bromine deposits. And bromine is a very corrosive salt, but it's used in a lot of applications, fire retardants and such. So we have customers in this area. There's new expansions going on here with some of the lithium deposits. So here at the terminal, James Watson, been with us a long time. I've known James for many, many years. It was good catching up with him. And then some of the terminal personnel, Dayan, who's managed the operations, and then Amanda is a planner for us, and then Stephen on the driver manager side. Then went into the shop, spent some time there, got to meet Vernon, who oversees the shop there. He drives up from Bossier City every day. And then got to meet one of his mechanics, been here a long time. His name is Royce. He's been in this world of maintenance and equipment. He had his own business at one time. Been doing this for quite a long time. Actually got to meet a brand new welder for us. Patrick just joined us. This is a recent R-stamp shop for us, so we can do welding on our equipment and third-party equipment. So he just started in the last month or so. So he's our first one for our R-stamp shop. So it was kind of nice meeting him. And then spent some time talking to Norris. Norris is a driver with us. He lives out in the Texarkana area and does some dedicated runs out of an area called Hope, Arkansas. And it was nice catching up with him. He's got a giant family, and along with Royce, they both have big families, and it was just nice to meet these gentlemen and meet everybody in the shop. It was a great visit in Magnolia. We just finished our third stop on the Deep South Tour. This took us to Winnfield, Louisiana, and another long-standing terminal. When I first joined the company, had a lot of interaction with some of the folks here, including our outstanding terminal manager, Michael Durbin. He's been there a number of years, went back to one of our acquisitions many years ago, and been with us, does an amazing job for our company and our customers and our drivers. He's built this terminal from, I think when I joined, call it 25 or so drivers. They're up over 50, servicing a lot of our major customers here. Got a great group of drivers, and I got to meet a lot of his terminal staff. And then we spent some time, got to meet 3 drivers. So first met Abdul, and I had actually spent some time with him a few years ago. He was our Driver of the Year nominee for a national competition. I was with him and his wife, and I think it was his sister-in-law in Indianapolis, and really proud of him. And it was just, it was great to see him there and great to see him again. And then met with Larry. Larry's a long-standing driver, been here even longer than Michael Durbin, the TM. I think by 1 week. I think one was 28 years and one was 28 years plus a week or so. And I got to talk with him a little bit. And then I met a young lady, Eleanor. She recently became a truck driver. About 2 years ago or so is when she got her license, and started driving dry van for a different carrier, and then joined us. Loves what she does, very passionate about it. And I asked her, what made her become a truck driver. There's not a huge number of females in trucking, and even less so in chemical. And she just figured, it was a chance that she needed to figure out what she was going to do to take care of herself. And she had different jobs in retail and things like that, and this was, I think, a big step up for her. And very good at what she does. Michael said she can run circles around some of the drivers we have and some in the industry, but it's just a credit to her passion and her thirst to really do a good job and make a good living. Then we had a chance to go out to the shop. They have a small shop here with Tommy and Tony, a 2-man shop. Got a few bays. They do a little bit of everything for us. I had a chance to talk to Tony, and then as I was leaving, we were talking about, I saw a motorcycle out front, a nice Harley, and he said that was his pride and joy. And as I was leaving, I noticed on the back that there was a memorial on there for Anthony Jensen, 1993 to 2021. And I went back and asked him who that was, and it turns out it was his son, who passed away just 3 years ago. And we talked about how difficult that can be to lose, one of your children, excuse me, and how it's a reminder every day not to take anything for granted. We really talked about that. He talked about his other son, and I talked about my sons, and something you can never get over. But it was really a nice tribute and what he had to say. So really appreciated those moments. Very personal moment. But it was a great visit to Winnfield. Good group of people, and they do a great job for us and our customers. We just finished our latest stop on the Deep South Tour. This took us to Sulphur, Louisiana, which is near Lake Charles. And it's a large chemical production area. And so we have a good-sized terminal here with over 40 drivers, or right around 40 drivers. LaTanya runs the terminal, been with us more than 10 years now. Does a great job. There's a small shop there. I got to meet the whole terminal staff. It's one of our terminals that is, the entire operations team is all female, so pretty cool to see that. Got to meet with them. They had some delicious food for us, some Cajun food, and so that was lovely. And then we went over to the shop and spent some time there with DJ, who oversees the shop, and then two of our mechanics, John and Steve, and got to catch up with them, understand what they do there in the shop. It's pretty cool. DJ, the shop manager, has 10 kids, so he's highly committed to his work and his family. It was really inspiring talking to him. And then we got to talk to a couple drivers. So first, met with Corey. Corey's owner-operator, been with us a number of years, runs a lot of dedicated lanes. Really quality gentleman. It was nice meeting him. And then met with Tyrone. Tyrone's relatively new with us. He's been in trucking I think he said about 10 or 12 years. Most of the time was in flatbed, and he came over to us about a year or so ago, and loves what he's doing. He loves the business. He finds the economics are much better for him, and he's really committed to safety. And He was showing me a little bit around his truck. He's got about 600,000 miles on it. He had some work being done today, but it was just nice catching up with him and learning a little bit about Tyrone as well. So it was a great stop on our Deep South tour. We just finished our final stop on the Deep South tour. This took us to Beaumont, Texas. This is one of our affiliate locations. So Kevin Cothran and his father, Smokey, started this business with us, one of our former companies, Montgomery, in the late 90s. Kevin's carried on the business. His father passed away a little under 4 years ago. His mother still helps in the business, and Kevin has a couple of folks in the terminal, Fred and Ashley, and they run all owner-operators for us. Kevin's at one of the wash locations and does a great job in this market for us. And it was really nice catching up with Kevin. It's been many years since I've seen him, and he runs a great operation for us and covering the Beaumont market. And it was a great final stop on our Deep South tour.